Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be going through HSC English and I'm going to be covering the point how do external forces influence belonging.
It's about belonging, so you better listen, because
Yes.
and respect and recognise his genius in front of you.
Thanks. So I did the speech today and this was my first assessment task for English. So hopefully you can extract some knowledge from this and possibly help you write your own. Okay, let's begin. You can't build a society purely on interest. You need a sense of belonging. Hi there, my name is Bella Rathborn and I'm going to enlighten you on the ways external forces influence belonging. I'm going to be using Felix Shinesky and St. Patrick's College as my two prescribed texts, and the 2009 movie The Blind Side as my related text. I'll be using these texts to show that external forces are uncontrollable factors that influence the way we and others see us fitting into society.
I have no idea what you say, but I is listening.
From studying these texts, I've discovered that belonging is not just a connection between people and things that are greater than themselves, but give people a purpose in life. In my three texts, the characters all know the feeling of being ostracized, that means alienated.
But I suppose I can kind of relate it to me, Julie belonging to me. Yeah.
And the low self-esteem that goes along with it. But they do, all, in their own way, seek belonging to give them a sense of place. In my poem, Felix Shinesky, Peter's poem. In the poem Felix Shinesky, Peter, Felix's son, retells of his early childhood with his father. Peter speaks of his father's belonging to the garden by recounting that he loved it like an only child, and saying that it made him feel happy like I never was. While this use of imagery, hyperbole, and simile tells of the strong belonging that his father had to farming because of the external force of upbringing, it also tells of the isolation between Peter and his father. This juxtaposition of his father belonging when Peter doesn't is also seen when Peter's father invites over his Polish friends. Here, Peter uses the collective pronoun they in talking they reminisced to emphasize the extent of Peter's lack of belonging. The external force of upbringing can also be seen influencing Peter's mother's belonging and the other students' belonging to the Catholic school in St. Patrick's College. The shared connection that they have together is much like the connection that Felix has to his friends in Felix Shinesky and influences their belonging and their image of them fitting into society. Though, the clash of upbringing between Peter and his father's friends and his peers at St. Patrick's College increases the friction between them and prevents Peter from belonging. St. Patrick's College is about the 8 years Peter spent at the Catholic school, and it especially focuses on the first and last days he spent there. This schooling became a very large external force on Peter's life, to which he felt a great amount of alienation, based on the external force of conflicting upbringing and race. You want to say anything? This pressure is reflected in him recalling that for 8 years he caught the 411 bus like a foreign tourist. This implies that he wasn't looked upon as an Australian by the other children, because he has a different background to them. This use of enjambment and simile gives the effect of the external force becoming such a barrier that he couldn't relate to anyone and felt very out of place. The external force of schooling and upbringing also are repeated in the movie The Blind Side, where Michael, much like Peter, has his sense of belonging impacted by these pressures. Though, unlike Peter, Michael eventually feels a connection with his learning environment, thanks to his new family, the Tules. Or two boys. The documentary/movie The Blind Side is a story about Michael...
Real, is you still going?
Yeah.
It sounds like the same thing over and over in my head.
Yeah, that's what English is about, mate. The documentary...
I get you now.
Yeah, the documentary/movie The Blind Side is about Michael Ower, a boy who belonged to nobody, being given a second chance with his new family, and eventually becoming an American football star. Not soccer, mate, the American kind. The external forces of his troubled upbringing and family prevented him from forming any strong relationship and influenced his not belonging. The external force of opportunity and schooling soon gave him a second chance though, as a Christian school took him in because they saw his swelling potential. Although, as shown by the long shot in the third scene, where he's in his new class, He's not belonging because his posture and positioning, as well as his skin colour, contrast the students around him. This juxtaposition shows the effect of the external forces of opposing race, poverty, and lack of opportunity have on his idea of place in society, and his feeling of not belonging motivating him to block out the rest of the class. Yeah, almost there. Though there is soon a beacon of hope, with the external force of kindness of humanity in the form of the Tules family, coming to shelter him from the storm that is his own personal turmoil. They take him off the street, make him feel like he belongs, and give him a sense of identity as a member of their family. This can be observed in the scene where the family is around the dining table after looking after Michael for a couple of weeks, and they all have affectionate body languages and smiles on. They all feel the great sense of belonging together, because in this scene, gaze, dance, and cheerful music all contribute to this feeling, which is reinforced by their purpose of the meeting, which is to ask Michael if he wants to be part of their family. And Michael, in response, says, I can't...
They found the drugs yet? For real? I see on that.
No. Michael says, I kind of thought I already was. Which is a bit arrogant of him, but, you know, yeah, it shows that the external force of friendship and acceptance towards him made him feel like he already belonged. This revelation of external forces of friendship and acceptance are the key ingredients to Felix's belonging in Felix Shinesky, and the lack of it is the major factor that Peter did not belong in St. Patrick's College. Well, there's my conclusion right there. I dropped it. Basically, from studying these texts, I have learned that external forces like upbringing, schooling, and even our family all contribute to our sense of self and help us disconcern our place in society. Peter, Felix, and Michael Ower both lose and gain feelings of purpose through these outside pressures, and have their belonging influenced to the point that they are now changed because of these life experiences. So I hope you guys enjoyed it.
I was wondering if you was like well over 5 minutes now.
No, I think when I tested it before, it was 4 minutes and 45 seconds.
Because I reckon and I heard that the limit of this.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes actually. Yes. So this isn't.
Speech is 5 minutes.
This isn't actually the final. Yeah. So what I gave isn't actually the final copy of the speech, but it's pretty close to it. It's got the main skeletal of it. So when I actually give the speech, it's going to have more toned in, honed in elements. A bit more exact, and I skipped a couple of points in there to make it a little bit more easy to understand. So thanks for watching, and good luck on your speech. You can check the description if it holds. I still got to check if it can hold 1,000 words, but if it does, then I'll post my draft of the speech. Not the final copy because it's not there yet, but the final copy in the description below. Make sure you smack that like button and subscribe for more helpful videos. Thanks for watching.